James.
Yes, doctor. How are you?
Hey, my name is Max. I'm the pharmacist here at Blue Hills
Okay.
Apothecary. Um, First of all, can you please verify your date of birth and address for me?
My date of birth is March 1st, 1976, and my address is 2600 Central Avenue,
That's right.
Clinton.
Thank you. I want to ask your permission if we can take a few minutes to speak about your medication, and hopefully, inform you, and that way you have the maximum benefit from this medication.
Sure.
That's okay with you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Before we start, could you please tell me if you have any allergies that you know of?
I have allergy for codeine.
Codeine. Okay. Luckily, there's no codeine in this medication that we're going to be talking about, so there shouldn't be any issues with allergies. And are you taking any medications currently, including herbals, vitamins, supplements?
I took one called Hydro something HCTZ.
Hydrochlorothiazide.
And then I take an over-the-counter Tylenol sometimes when I have headache.
Okay. Okay. We'll talk about the Tylenol. Hydrochlorothiazide does not interact with this medication, so you should be okay taking it with hydrochlorothiazide. There shouldn't be any issues. So let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the generic for Zoloft. It's called sertraline.
Okay.
It looks like this. It's a oval blue or circular blue tablet, depending on manufacturer. This is a 50 milligram tablet.
Okay.
It's prescribed to take. We'll go over how to take it, but it has 2 refills on here, and it's an antidepressant. Now, what has your doctor told you about how to take this medication?
He told me to take 1 pill a day.
That's correct. And what has your doctor told you to expect from this medication?
He told me I'm going to feel good. My depression is going to be all right.
Okay. And did he explain, do you remember what he said about what this medication is for specifically?
He told me it's going to enhance my depression.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to feel better.
Yeah, well, basically that's right. So this is an antidepressant, and it's something that's going to elevate your mood and steer you away from depression.
Okay.
This is something you want to take once daily, so once every 24 hours, preferably at nighttime, because there's some side effects we're going to go over.
Okay.
But if you want to take it with hydrochlorothiazide, that's fine. There's no regard to food, so you can take it with or without. But let's talk about side effects. This is known to cause drowsiness and dizziness. That's partially the reason why some people prefer to take it at nighttime. It also can cause confusion in some patients, and in rare instances, it can cause suicidal thoughts. So if you have, or you notice you have any of those kind of effects happening, you want to seek medical attention, because you want to get that situation under control. But luckily, that's very rare. And the benefits of this definitely outweigh the risks.
Okay.
Now, I wanted to ask, how do you store your medication?
I usually put it on my cabinet in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad we brought this up, because medication, you typically want to put it in a cool, dark environment that doesn't have humidity in it.
Okay.
Medications it's not good when they're placed in high temperatures, high humidity situations, such as the bathroom or the kitchen, and also you don't want to put it in direct sunlight. So if you can keep it away from those 3 factors, your medication is going to do just fine.
Okay.
Also wanted to talk about if you ever do, in any case, miss a dose, that's okay. If you notice there's been only maybe an hour or 2, maybe just a little bit more, that's fine. You can go ahead and take it as soon as possible. However, if you've missed the dose and you notice that you're closer towards the next dose due, go ahead and skip this dose and take that next one, so that you don't double up on your medication, because doubling up can increase the chances of adverse effects.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned in the beginning that you take Tylenol and take it for headaches or something like that. Now, Tylenol is something that actually interacts with this medication. You want to steer away from Tylenol, naproxen, or aspirins. Those things, they can help you with your headaches, but you want to stay away from them because they interact with this medication. As an alternative, you can probably take something like Motrin or Advil if you have any of those at home. It should work just fine.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me at this time?
Yeah, I was talking to my grandmother. And she told me like I can take the St. John wort. For she said like it's natural, doesn't have any problem. And
Yeah.
it's better than the other drugs. So what do you think if I can take that one and this one together?
No, I can't say that I would recommend taking John's wort. I understand where your grandmother's coming from. I personally don't want to put anything in my. Well, I want to stay away from taking any extra chemicals into my body that aren't absolutely necessary. And I understand the way, her perspective on that. It's definitely great to turn to natural remedies to, treat this condition. However, in this case, St. John's wort, there's three reasons why I wouldn't recommend taking it. First of all, I wouldn't recommend taking it with this medication because St. John's wort is known to interact with antidepressant agents. Second of all, St. John's wort is known to increase the metabolism of drugs, which basically means it increases almost like the potency of the drugs that you take. So, for example, the HCTZ that you're taking, it could potentially increase the chances of any adverse effects that are associated to the HCTZ. So you taking St. John's wort basically puts you at risks with taking any other medications while you're taking that.
Okay.
So that's another reason, and the main reason is clinically it's not recommended to self-treat depression. That's why I wouldn't recommend taking St. John's wort, especially if you have this available to you. Give this a try. I would recommend take a week or two, and it should definitely help you. However, if you have any questions or anything, all my information is here on the leaflet. My number and my name. I'll be glad to get in contact with you. Did you have any other questions for me at this time?
No, you tell me everything I wanted to today.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. And before we go, I just wanna make sure I did a good job explaining to you. Could you tell me about how you're going to take this medication?
One pill a day.
That's right. And what is this medication for? Do you remember?
It's for antidepressant.
That's right.
Okay.
And just one last thing. If you don't feel any effects or anything, what can you expect from this medication?
Like feeling or
Yeah. What do you? I mean, if it doesn't start working as soon as if it's not like it's not like an Advil or something, you feel the effects right away.
oh, you told me I have to wait at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It could be over a week before you. I mean, up to 2 weeks or so, until you actually start feeling effects. So just keep those things in mind, and this medication should work for you. If you have any questions about, you can call me. I'll be glad to have a follow-up conversation with you. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, of course.